Welcome back to the Cowabunga collection. So let's check the Turtles lair and see what we have next, guys.
Just how many games are on here?
All of the OG era TMNT games, basically. All of them.
What a shame that they couldn't include the classic from Platinum.
Well, that's not part of the OG era.
I mean, if I recall correctly, did we get any Turtles games in between the old guard and the Platinum game?
Yes, we did. We got the old free show got free games. The old free show. Anyway, this is a second Game Boy game. I haven't played them yet, but I do plan on playing them at some point. We'll see how those hold up. But anyway, for now, this is Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, back from the sewers. Also, warranty, 90-day limited warranty game packs. Complete warranty inside the box. For sale to use in the US and Canada and Mexico only. So don't try to use this.
On them.
Go on.
Sorry. Kudos on them really getting these copies so that they could get nice high definition pictures you can really zoom in on so you can pretty much read the fine print.
But unfortunately, me and Pedro cannot watch this playthrough. It's American, Canadian, and Mexican only.
Anyway, stop Shredder from zapping the world-famous sewer stars into pet store pebble pushers. Shredder's got his criminal line back in the gutter and has joined forces with fellow hero hater Krang to pulverize the pizza freaks once and for all. They've Shanghaied newswoman of the 90s April O'Neil as a decoy, so the boys from below must rescue her without losing their shells. And also, this game has 2 megas of memory, guys. It pumps up the graphics and brings you major screenage. Screenage is not a word. With all new ways to make chop suey out of Shredder's goons when you walk, jump, fight, climb.
What the teenagers are saying.
Right, and skateboard circles around them. Choose your favorite turtle before slicing it up in 6 death-defying levels through downtown sewers, abandoned buildings, subways, highways, the Technodrome, and more. Pizza-pounding bonus rounds are your reward for bagging a barrage of nasty villains like the corrupt cops who will try to bust you in the name of the outlaw Krang. Rescue levels give you the chance to spring your imprisoned pal, so they were going to turn into the whole Captured Turtles gimmick from the original NES game. The difficulty level is up to you, so you decide just how uneasy it is being green. Put on your best ninja mask and start brawling for your life. It's for
game, is the difficulty level really up to me, or is it another one of those old school cases where I don't get the true ending unless I go with the ultra high difficulty?
True. For one player. And by the way, TMNT is in the still likeness of the trademarks and copyright of Mirage Studios. Not anymore because Mirage Studios doesn't exist. Because Mirage Studios doesn't exist anymore. So sorry about that, guys.
For one player, but Konami, the Turtles fight together. Use the link cables on the Game Boy Advance to emphasize teamwork.
It's interesting you say that, Joe, because I recently rewatched the first season of the Free Show. I love how one of the mottos they have in this theme song is always sit together no matter what, and that's literally the rule they break the most. So
oh god,
yeah, there's a reason why the theme song changed those lines.
It's like in the Deke dub of when the Deke dub of Sailor Moon had the theme song never running from a real fight, but that's all Serena does.
And we love her for it. Remind me, were 4Kids the one who commissioned Turtles 03
yes,
in the first place?
It was. Well, wasn't it?
It was 4Kids.
No. Mirage went to them, and then 4Kids.
So yeah, true. But the point is, it was produced by 4Kids in general.
Yes.
I gotta give 4Kids
welcome to the world of Konami. Holy shit, they're actually saying that this is an actual Konami game, not an Ultra Games game. They must have been especially proud of this one. Cowabunga, they're back from the sewers, of course they are. Hey, dudes in the deaths, your favorite heroes in a half shell are back for more action. And by the way, that little shot is a reference to the 80s opening. It looks like
that's the same thing, just playing just covered.
This time has kidnapped this reporter. Yeah, we already know. The bad news is that Shredder isn't alone. The evil alien, well, interdimensional alien, more so. But Krang is working with him to plan this ambush. Between the two of them, this may be the toughest battle the Turtles have ever faced. I love how every new adventure the Turtles face, it's always the toughest they've ever faced.
Well, you know the old motto, Pedro. We gotta up the ante each time.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, whoever heard of the do you honestly think the sequel to this is going to be What's the turtles?
Oh, hold on. I have to
back a bit and have a cup of tea.
I have to mention this. So Leonardo's weapons are the katana blades, Raphael has the sai, Michelangelo has the nunchakus, and Dardo has the bow staff. Thank you. Seriously, it drives me nuts in the O3 show where they keep calling it a stick. Like, it's not a fucking stick, it's a bow staff.
I thought that was Mutant Mayhem.
Oh yeah, Troy, you're right. Sorry, never mind. I had the O3 thing on my mind. You're right. No, see, yeah, that's another thing that bothers the hell out of me in Mutant Mayhem. Like, they keep calling it it's not a stick, it's a bow staff, Donnie. It's your weapon. Okay. You should know what it's called. Jesus.
If I may, I think the reason for that is probably one of my big issues with the movie. I get it. They're playing up that they're kids. They're young. Like, younger than before. Even though, again, they feel like they're younger than teenagers, so goddamn. But I digress. Like, the emphasis in Mutant Mayhem seems to be, look at these cute little kids and how they interact with stuff as kids. Like, okay, it's not like, Teenage Mutant Ninja babies or anything, but you get what I mean. It feels very juvenile.
Yeah, that's my big problem. Like, okay, I wouldn't mind the humor being like that if at the very least they still kept the distinct personalities, because if you took away the distinct personalities of the four turtles, what's the point? Like, it's just like, that's
my best guess is that the point was for it to act as an origin film of sorts, showing how the turtles become the iconic versions that we all know each character to be, and see that they once started off as just happy, fun-loving kids in that realm.
That's not necessarily a bad idea. That's pretty much what the home Spider-Man trilogy did. Basically, how Peter became the Spider-Man that we commonly think of, by the end of No Way Home, right? They even end that movie with him having the OG Steve Ditko outfit, right?
I do wonder if maybe Mutant Mayhem could end up being part of a trilogy that retroactively does make it a prequel more proper, similar to how the Spider-Man Home trilogy pretty much, by the time of No Way Home, you could tell that they had changed course to make it so that was a trilogy pretty much acting as the origins for Spider-Man.
And yeah, this is a pretty good intro, and again, nice to hear the chiptune rendition of the old 80s game.
This is one of the very first games I've ever played.
Really?
And it's a game that my family plays, and it's one of the few games that my mom can play.
Well, I can tell.
Really? Your mom can play Turtles. Good for her.
Hold on. Speaking of, hold
on. Yeah, basically. Okay, to be fair to the box art, yes, this game is definitely a step up in presentation, as you guys just saw from that intro. That being said, I'm not... Okay, the Turtles over here look fine. I mean, they don't look perfect or anything, but I mean, they kind of look all the same. Cowabunga indeed. Okay. Okay. Most of the turtles have just the same sprite, but modified according to which character it is, and they always have that same derpy face all the time. And it just kind of like, it's just one of those things where it just makes things a bit. I think it's like unintentionally goofy, like because
limitations of the system.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like the sprites in the previous game were tinier, yes, but I feel like the overall expression of the sprites was better in that game. But that being said, yeah, this is technically this is definitely a technically more impressive sprite and all that stuff. And yes, I'm playing with the Game Boy Color mode on because shortly after release, Digital Eclipse released a patch to allow you to play the games in Game Boy Color mode like you can in the Aladdin and Lankin collection.
Oh yes, I remember the turtles being mean and white.
Well, that's the thing, Dwebs. Because the entire scenery is green, they can't have the turtles be green. If anything, they should have reversed the colors. They should have had the entire scenery be white and the turtles themselves be green. But no, they decided to do Go on.
I wonder if maybe due to whatever was going on with the system, that having the background mainly be white might have been cumbersome on the system. Also, one of those ninjas was literally carrying a box of pizza. Like, my dude, Shredder, why are you sending mooks that are holding pizza? Don't you know that pizza is pretty much the Turtles' lifeblood at this point?
Basically.
That's like if Cortex literally sent minions after Crash with Wampa Fruit and Aku Aku boxes.
But yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait till for the third Game Boy game to get something truly cool and unique and more interesting. Because much like the first Game Boy game, this one is also once again super basic and not particularly interesting. You're just walking forward and taking down foot soldiers as you go, eventually coming onto a bus. So, go on.
I want to be fair and say that for the standards of the time, this game
Oh,
was
yeah.
probably seen as a blast.
Oh yeah, no.
What year did this come out?
I'm pretty sure 91 around there. Yeah.
Yeah, so a year before Mario Land 2.
Oh sure.
So,
Same
Dad, you
year.
say you played
Same
this
year
game as a
as-
kid. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it. I never beat it.
It's a perfect. Again,
I'll-
sorry, go on.
Also, this game has its life system is like Yoshi's Story, where if you die, a turtle gets kidnapped and you have to play as the other turtle. And beat a level, you have to do a bonus.
Yeah, this is.
5% bonus.
This is an idea that Konami, you weren't there for when we did that playthrough, but this was an idea that Konami started in the original NES game. So these games are kind of trying to be kind of somewhat successors to that. Although there's still much better games than the NES game, fortunately. But yeah, that's basically it. Like most of the turtles have the same basic attack, and there's not really anything much more to it, really. Like I checked the instruction manual as you guys saw, and yeah, it boils down to them just having an attack button and a jump button. It's as basic as it gets. Go on.
This one's Leonardo, right?
No,
that's Donnie.
it's Donnie. You'll notice he has a.
It's weird because his attack looks like he's pulling out a sword, honestly.
It's
How small that bow staff is.
It boils down to I can definitely tell you that the next Game Boy game is much better and completely eclipses the previous two. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind these two games. It's just that the third game is so. It's there's a good reason why when this collection came out, people immediately started talking about how the third Game Boy game is the hidden jewel of the collection, because it really is. It's a Metroidvania Turtles game.
Wasn't the... Oh, wait, no. The first one was technically still level-based overall, but with a map and all that.
Yeah, these first two games are just basic platformers. It's the third one where they decided to mix it up.
I was immediately talking about, like, the very first Turtles game on the NES.
Oh, that, yeah.
Also, the Foot Clan are unfortunately colored, so that designed to look like Klansmen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jeez, Shredder, I knew you were evil. I didn't think you were racist, though.
Try to think of a good James Avery quote to use there.
That would just add to the irony now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's my point. Trying to actually, I mean, there's a lot of episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that deal with racism, but I can't remember a specific quote from James Avery in one of those. Actually, now that I think about it, oh well.
I wish that show was actually on Netflix in my country.
It's on Peacock. You should use Peacock, Jova. Wrestling fans use Peacock.
And companies wonder why the streaming wars brought on a new golden age of piracy.
Hey, I just want to let you know that Universal spent $1 billion for streaming rights, exclusive streaming rights for WWE. So in case you're wondering why streaming isn't profitable anymore, let that sink in.
Really?
Well, Deddy, I'm sure it's profitable for those that are being paid to get their stuff streamed.
Yeah, but no streaming service is profitable.
Like, shoot, even Disney are having issues profiting now at this point. That should say something.
Mm-hmm.
So Pedro, regarding the turtles, is it like, despite them all having different weapons, they have the same animation? Because I swear,
Yes.
it looks like Donatello's staff turns into a sword mid-swing.
Also,
looking at those frames.
also Splinter.
If you got hit, Splinter would drop pizza
Also, Splinter, what are you doing at the pizzeria?
to give you help.
Well,
Hey, Rocksteady, how you doing?
Like Rocksteady versus Bebop. What a shock.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing, Jova. Yes, as you're going to see later when I swap out the turtles, the turtles all have the same basic animations. Like, there's literally... yes, the first Game Boy game was like this, too. I mean, okay, for as bad as it was, I will at the very least commend the fact that the original NES game tried to make the turtles, to differentiate the turtles, with Don... I mean, I still don't get why they thought that it would be a good idea to have Donnie be the strongest one. You'd think it would be Raph.
Take the hit. It's okay. You'll live through the fight. You have nothing to prove.
Look, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just making liberal use of the rewind feature because, well, I like using it. The point is... yeah, like for example, Donnie has the longest reach, for example, in the NES game. Now a bonus game. The bonus games the bonus games amount to this: pieces show up in the level and you get them. That's it. Go on, Jova.
the thing I notice is, like, again,
You can
check
slide,
out...
can't you?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
It's like, check out Donnie's attack mid-swing. I swear, you can tell. If you notice right there seems to be a bit where literally there's a box outline that shows a change in animation. Almost as if they copy and pasted someone else's attack animation onto the
This
swing.
face always...
Yeah, that derpy face towards the camera.
Why do you look the same?
I know, right?
I mean, it was the 80s show. They always look the same until 2012 was the... No. Oh, God. The next mutation was the first time where they all looked different.
Well,
I think Dribs is referring to the fact that they all look the same color-wise.
yeah, I think it's more of the... Okay, let me put it this way, Dej. At least in the 80s show, you, of course, had the different color bandanas to properly tell them apart. Aside from the fact that, because of how well defined their characterization was, it was only when there were animation mistakes would you mistake a turtle for another. And yes, I know that because the 80s show is very infamous for having a lot of animation mistakes because of the rushed production aspect of it.
I need T-Lopes to remix the soundtrack because I love it so much.
Yeah, the soundtrack is actually pretty good. Again, one thing that's always a highlight of these games, like even the NES game, for as bad as it is, has a killer soundtrack. So, also I spotted a TMNT building. And another TMNT building. There's a lot of TMNT buildings in New York, it seems.
I thought the turtles are supposed to be covert, yet they're advertising themselves.
I think by, the point of the midpoint for the 80s series, wasn't April pretty much covering their adventures to the point where they were heroes of the city and all that?
As the show goes on, yes, even Vern starts to warm up a bit more to them.
But you see, the Turtles just got into franchising. That's why they're riding a patented TMNT rocket skateboard.
Exactly. Donnie probably made it.
And then I think around this time they were getting their concert put together.
Oh god, if I recall correctly, don't they have multiple concert movies now?
No, I think it's only even that VHS is not even a recording of the concert. It's just a making of.
There was a recording of the concert one as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, what's that one called?
Yeah. They're coming out of our shells tour.
Well, okay.
Wait, I thought that was the behind the scenes.
Yeah, because the VHS, if I remember correctly, all had the behind the scenes, but did it have the entire concert from start to finish as well?
Yeah, I think I watched it even.
Wait, okay, I'm curious. I know that movie is based off of it, but did they ever have that in real life?
Yes, people went on dressed as the Turtles, having quote-unquote rock concerts. Specifically in America. You have to understand, Jova.
No,
Turtles was
absolutely
super
get it.
big.
Turtle Mania.
Yeah.
look, we all have that one year where something is just absolutely everywhere. It is that popular.
Yeah.
Shrek of the 2000s.
Pokemon in the late 90s and Turtles in the late 80s.
Have you guys seen that Pokemon live show?
No, but I have recently seen the.
Please do not spoil future projects.
I haven't seen that but I have seen on archive.org the VHS of Pokemon, that's like a Pokemon training video, and it's this really bizarre video where Veronica Tiller plays both Ash as well as a live action aunt of Ash, because little did you know,
of course Ash plays his own aunt. Yeah. I mean, he also plays his mother in some.
There's also a girl. There's also a girl in that video who's Misty's best friend.
What? I thought Ash and Brock were her best friends.
Wait. Actually, now that I think of it, is it a cousin? Now that I think of it, I forgot. It was either cousin. It was either cousin or best friend, right?
Best friend, cousin means that they're a gay couple in the Japanese.
It's called. I think it's called a sneak peek at Pokemon.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I know the VHS of that.
That tape is incredible, unintentionally hilarious because of how you can tell that the people who made that tape knew very little about the actual story and characters, and they just made up shit.
Well, I mean, it came out in the it came out in the summer of 1998, so literally like before the show even started.
I'm curious, does it have live action footage?
Yes, Veronica Taylor as Ash's aunt. That girl that I don't know who it is playing Misty, and there's also this guy who's Ash's teacher, science teacher. Because Ash.
Veronica Taylor also cosplay as Ash in that.
This would imply. No, it's a male teacher. This would imply that Ash actually does go to school. But in what point in the chronology of the anime does he go to school then?
Before. It was they established that once you want to be a trainer, you don't have to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
I think your school is Southern Moon.
The people who set up the Pokemon world clearly didn't think things through, because that would make it so that no kid would ever want to study and go to school.
I know the new series Horizons. When you're introduced to the male protagonist, he is taking classes online, but he's out in a forest, so it's like it's a video Zoom call.
All right, check this out.
All
right, let's try Raph. He's my favorite turtle, so let's see how he is. He basically looks the same as Donnie.
Well, he does, I guess, look a bit bulkier. Okay, so I guess he does have a different attack animation, even though it's like a bit of a little edit, but otherwise has the same swiping motion.
I mean, when it comes to Raph, obviously the better idea of how to handle Raph in a TMNT game would be for him to have the shortest range, Kasai, but to compensate, he's the most powerful of the turtles physically, right? Because he's the muscle of the group, right? Shredder's Revenge does this, because if you take a look at the stats when you're selecting the characters, you'll notice that Raph has higher power. That's usually how you handle Raph in TMNT video games. Not in this game, though. Every character has the exact same range of attack and the exact same power. So it doesn't matter what turtle you play as. Not really. Like, it's even the aesthetic difference is minor.
Huh.
Again, the first Game Boy game was like this too, but this is a sequel. You'd think they would have improved upon that by this point. Also, who's throwing buckets?
Of course, yeah.
Look, Mousers.
I love the advertisement. The turtles face their greatest challenge yet: buckets.
Gee, I wonder who's the boss of this level.
Bucket
It's
Man.
not Stockman.
That is true.
I'm not too familiar with 80s Turtles lore.
Well, you're familiar with the Ofri show, though. I mean, you know who makes the Mousers, right?
Yeah. Or is it?
It's been years.
Wasn't it Baxter Stockman who made the Mousers? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think is he? I don't remember.
More pizza people.
Like in the 80s show, they actually have Baxter Stockman show up in season 1, and And they even introduced the mouses and everything. So.
Going up.
Yep. Typical. This was typical of beat 'em ups at the time. The elevator stages. Streets of Rage. I'm sorry, Deji. Could you repeat that?
Is there a reason why they do that?
It's a good way to pad out gameplay time because you can just keep fighting keep the player fighting while staying in the exact same area.
And it's a good idea of scope and scale.
Mm-hmm.
Gives the player a sense of growing tension as they're literally upping the ante.
And that would be fine, but as you're going to see later, we actually fight the Shredder in one of these elevators. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I feel like of all the places where we have our final showdown with the Shredder, it shouldn't really be inside an elevator. That feels a bit,
You prefer to take it to the streets like Shredder's Revenge did?
Sure. Why? I will argue that's a better. It contributes to that, New York street aspect of the franchise. Whereas inside an elevator, like, okay, Turtles, now it's time for our final battle. This time we finish it once and for all inside this elevator.
So it seems like the general strategy is attack left and right constantly throughout the game.
Yeah, the game is very basic, as you can see.
Pedro doesn't have a good sense of timing.
Very good, Edge. You noticed. I'm better at the next one if it helps you.
I believe you. I was like, come on, you I've seen you I'm sure you've platinum Demon Souls.
No, actually, no. My wife did.
Okay.
Really?
Yes. All right, moving on.
Yeah, this music is ballin'.
Yeah, like I said, like even at their worst, the TMNT Konami games always have good soundtracks. Like again, even the NES game, the NES game soundtrack is the only salvageable thing in that game, for me. So, because even the Turtles don't look great in that game, like compared to how they look in the sequels, right? The arcade port and the Manhattan Project, right? Like you took a look at the sprites on the original NES game, and they look so ugly and undetailed. All right, so yeah, and by the way, this game also has I guess the term would be horizontal Contra syndrome, kind of, where you can't go back in the level for some reason. There you go. And yeah, the reason I was confused, this is my first time playing the game in years. The reason I was confused is that, like, there was nothing distinguishing that wall from the other walls, so how was I supposed to know I could go through there? Like, come on guys, just take that wall, that particular wall sprite from there, that way the player knows that he can go through there. Simple. Anyway.
Any ideas, Dej?
But this isn't the Game Boy Color, though.
What has that got to do with what I said?
Well, we can't. I guess their logic was. I guess their logic was. I don't know. We got no color.
No. What I'm saying has nothing to do with color grades. What I mean is remove the wall sprite altogether, not just the color. The wall sprite altogether from that particular spot, so that the player knows. Okay, there's no wall there, therefore I can go through there. But they don't, like, the wall, like, it looks like there's just another wall, and yet and then for whatever reason I can go through that wall, but not the others, And there's nothing sprite, and there's nothing, okay, now I can use the color, and there's nothing sprite design-wise or even color-wise that distinguishes that wall from the other walls. So, there you go. And yeah, that's basically it. So, did you actually finish this game back in the day?
No, he
Nope.
didn't. He said he was never able to finish it
Oh,
as
right.
a kid.
Sorry, I must
My
have,
mom and brother were.
must have missed it. Well, while the game is fine, especially for its time, I will argue that that you're not particularly missing much. Again, like I said, I have no issue. Keep in mind, I have no issue with the game necessarily. It's just that like it's like there are much better TMNT games even in this collection. Go ahead.
So your mom's a gamer, huh?
No, not really. The only game she played was this when the battery was still working. Tetris, the original specifically, because I tried letting her play Puyo Puyo Tetris in Tetris mode only, and she was like, "Why isn't it like this? Why?" She was complaining about everything. I was like, "Okay, no, we're not." She also plays Bejeweled and one other puzzle game on her iPad.
Thanks, Mister.
I know she's really into Bejeweled because she constantly taps the iPad like.
Oh, so your mom's like mine, because my mom is also because my mom plays mobile games all the time, specifically puzzle games. Specifically puzzle games.
And I keep telling her, Mom, you don't have to tap it that hard.
That's whatever you do. Keep your moms away from the gacha.
She doesn't spend money. She's smart with her money.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now we're fighting
Metal Gear here.
Krang, I think it's Krang at least, piloting Metal Gear. Okay.
Man, that looks like a walker.
I mean, honestly, I guess it was only a matter of time until Krang decided to make a Metal Gear.
The Metal Gear series was kind of on hold at this point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In '91, yeah. This is a year after Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, so at the time Kojima was making Police Knots.
Maybe Konami made this as a cheeky reference.
Probably.
Guys, I see it more as a Star Wars reference than anything.
Yeah, I guess you can also see it as a...
I mean, yeah,
from Star Wars.
Specifically the ST Walkers, ATs with the four-wheelers, the four legs.
A weapon. Who can do a Krang voice and say a weapon to surpass Metal Gear?
Let me try. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Yeah, basically.
Nice.
I'm better at doing. I'm better. Sorry,
burping double.
I'm better at doing James Avery's Shredder.
You idiots!
But Greg, I don't want to conquer Dimension X. I want to conquer Earth.
Well, you should have thought of that before you failed because you're killing the turtles.
Yeah.
You made me burp again.
That was weird.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my all-time favorite short ones, just because of how hilarious it is.
It really is. I love how it gave us the inkling that Shredder was legit just up and licked and having to lick his wounds like a little 5-year-old.
Again, that's one of the things that really disappoints me about Turtles Forever, because having 03 Shredder interact with 80s Shredder would have dealt to such great comedy gold, and yet they only have, I think, only 2 major interactions, and that's it. Because
and Shredder just like my worthless counterpart.
Yeah. Oh no, and he should. Obviously, it would make sense for 03 Shredder to say that. It's just that there was so much more potential for a great comedy between the contrast of the two, you know. But whatever. All right.
Yes.
See you for the next part, everybody, where we continue exploring. I think we actually finish in the. No, we have 2 more parts after this. So see you then.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.